Welcome back, bitches. Say hi, Rob.
Hey,
It's Nathaniel, the fool.
Rob the Scholar here.
And this is episode 3 of Bitch, I Ain't Scared.
Bitch, I ain't scared.
I don't know why I always feel the need to yell that now, but it feels better.
You're excited. This is our show, and every time we say that title, that's just another episode under our belt. Point of no return. So let's do this.
Point of no return. Can I be Jane Fonda?
Yeah, you can be Jane.
Well, it's not Jane.
Was it Jane?
No, it's Bridget.
Oh, it is Bridget. I just went along with that and just assumed. But I knew what you were talking about, though.
Well, you know, it's all the same family. Anyway, thanks for listening to us again. I hope that you're enjoying us so far.
I am enjoying this so far. I'm having a lot of fun. And
Well, I'm enjoying this so far.
good.
So today we're going to do something a little different because, as we said in the beginning, we weren't going to strictly focus on film, and I wanted to talk about television because, you know, I think people don't even realize how long horror has been an element on television, sci-fi. It's always been around, at least since the 60s. I can't think back further than that. But it's definitely been around. It's always appreciated. And I just really wanted to get into that before people tried to, like, call us basic bitches.
No, I totally agree. I mean, I knew eventually we would get into the TV category, and there's definitely a lot to talk about. So, you know, why not start now?
Mm-hmm. But we're also going to do something even more different. Bad grammar. We're going to talk about shows that we tried out and we decided not to give any more of our good time because we couldn't get back the time that we already spent with it. So we're going to be talking about some television series that we hated.
Yeah, I mean, so far we've done a lot of favorites, stuff that we've liked, and now you're going to hear a little bit of some heavy criticism.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff that just didn't work out well.
Or
Not all horror is good. Sometimes it's bad, and
at least disappointment.
yeah,
You know, like that parent that comes home and is like, I'm not going to whoop your ass. I'm just really disappointed. And walks out of the room. That's what's happening. I'll go first.
yeah. You go ahead and start this.
Now, you already know. Here it comes, boys and girls, my first Scream reference.
Oh, and here's the other thing. I have not heard his list, so I have a feeling this is going to be the episode where we actually disagree.
I don't know your list.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I just wonder. Well, you won't like anything on my list anyway.
You don't know.
We'll see.
So the first one I'm going to talk about is the following. I did not like the following.
You should see my face right now. See, I knew this was going to happen. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Just hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. We'll get there. Now, I gave this show a shot because I enjoy Kevin Williamson. I think he was just a producer. Maybe he had a hand in writing the pilot.
Yes, I believe he directed the pilot too, if I remember.
I enjoyed the pilot. The pilot did surprise me. I was like, oh, they popped her eyes out. Shit. I don't remember the actress's name, but, you know, they did a good
Maggie
job.
Lawson, I think. She was on Lost. She was on Lost.
They fooled me. They got me. They got me good. And they got me good with the gay boys, too, who were, like, not gay, but then they were gay, and then it's like there was this whole confusion. And really, that's the only reason that I kept watching the show, because then I was invested in what's going on with them.
who one of those gay boys were, right?
The one from Scream 4?
Yeah. I love him. Yeah.
Whatever. But yes, I was really just wanted to know what was going to happen with them. And then, you know, he smothered the other character, the gay character. It was this weird gay love affair thing that didn't happen. And I was over it. Because I did not care about these characters. They were trying to make me empathize with these serial killers, and it didn't work. I did it. And also, Kevin Bacon's character annoyed the fuck out of me. I didn't care about him either. And I totally skipped the rest of the season, didn't watch season 2. My roommate Brandy was watching season 3. Sorry, Brandy. Just put you on blast. But I thought, you know, let me, like, take a peek here and there. I did watch the premiere of season 3 just to see, I can't remember her name right now, but the actress, she was on Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. Did you watch that?
Yes.
And she was the genie's mother. She was their
Genie.
mother.
Oh,
yes.
okay. I couldn't remember her.
Remember her name right now.
Yeah, there's no way
But
I'm getting that.
really
but
beautiful
I know you're talking
actress. Yeah, and she was Kevin Bacon's new girlfriend in the 3rd season. So I was like, I'll watch it for her. And then I could not watch it for her. I had to, let it go. But I kept seeing it now and again because Brandy watched it, and it just pissed me off all the time. Sean Ashmore's character, he annoyed the fuck out of me. And then Brandy even told me how the show wrapped up. I mean, they framed the one SWAT guy, the one black character. They
Spoiler
framed his
alert.
ass. I don't care.
No,
today.
go ahead. No, I was just saying,
I know, but I didn't even give them.
It's all good.
I'm sorry, I didn't even let you know.
It's all good.
I'm gonna ruin this, but I don't remember what else happened at the end. Oh, and his the weird friendship between him and Joe Carroll. It was like, stop. I don't want this bromance. I don't want it. I want the show to be scary, and it was not scary. It was a little uncomfortable sometimes when that one character stuffed the cop into the box, whole.
Yeah.
That was weird. You didn't see it, ladies and gentlemen. Which maybe if they had shown it to me, I might have given them some props. I think I have been long-winded enough about my disappointment. I'm very disappointed.
So it was the character development that just took you away from this show. You didn't care about anybody, so therefore there was no reason to watch.
Man, they really fooled me with that pilot. They got me good. I thought, plus, I don't know, when there's a show and, no black characters ever make it, damn. I mean, they killed Renee Elise Goldsberry from Hamilton.
Yeah.
they killed her.
You are going and you have seriously thought about this. This is probably the reason why you wanted this episode in the first place, just so he can talk about the following. I didn't know it was that bad.
It was so disappointing. It was disappointing.
Well, I won't get, because this is not the following episode, so I'm not going to get too into it.
Oh,
but
we're going to have a following episode?
No, we're not. But, I mean...
Not now.
I just, no, I actually watched the series. I watched all the way through.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, as seasons go by, they're not as good as the first. You got that, element of surprise in the beginning, and you don't know exactly how the show's going to go, so everything they do is epic. And so after a while, yeah, it was a little bit of a repetitive sort of formula that they were doing, but finding out who was a part of this cult, this group, was still shocking to me throughout the first and second season. I actually did like some of the characters, especially Sean Ashmore, because even though his character may have been annoying, his character developed more than anybody else, because he became super bitter, he lost a ton of shit throughout the show, and I had never seen acting like that from him before either, which was a treat. So, given that, it was enough for me to tune in every week. But it also reminded me of that movie, Jamie Foxx, Gerard Butler, Law Abiding Citizen.
I love that movie.
Yeah, same premise though. I enjoyed that a little. Well, not same premise, but the way that it ended, or that it was revealed as to how he was doing all of this still stuck in jail, made sense, and it was a very following-esque type reasoning. So, I mean, I still respect the idea of the show and that they kept going. But yeah, they did sort of reach on keeping Joe Carroll involved and having them do this whole Batman Joker thing that they had going on. Yeah, and it got old, but I didn't hate it, but I can understand why you were disappointed by it.
This was what I hated. I promise I will not disagree too hard with you. I'm crossing my fingers under the table.
It's okay. No, you probably will, and it's totally fine. Totally fine.
All right, well, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Okay, so the first one that I'm going to talk about is the most disappointing that I can remember going back when, only because I've never necessarily chosen to just leave a series. Sometimes I'll just watch it just for the sake of watching it because I'm already invested, even though I may not like it as much. But this show, I was just like, I'm not doing this because it's dumb. And that was 666 Park Avenue.
I can't disagree with you.
So
because I really
here's the thing about this show. Now you take the two leads, who is I forget his name. I should have researched Terry. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So Locked from Lost, and then you got Wilhelmina herself, just off the cuff from Ugly Betty. I mean, she did Desperate Housewives. She was still the shit. Then she does this show, and I'm like, she's about to be the queen of evil. Like, something's about to go down. The advertisements were great. I was so into this. I'm like, this show is going to be good.
Yeah.
And then that first episode came out, and I was like, okay, it's got some ideas, some potential. They definitely have the platform to do, like, a room a week. Like, pick a room, have something horrible happen into it, something. But then they started introducing all of these characters that we're obviously going to be, repeating and coming, but recurring characters, and their storylines were horrible. And then it was just a slow burn, because first of all, we already know that the hotel's evil. We know the guy's evil. So when we're waiting for the characters in the show to figure it out, like, hurry the fuck up.
Yeah.
And Vanessa Williams' character, like, she had this arc where she was, like, sobbing over her dead daughter, and she was just crying. I'm like, woman, you are the weakest person on this show. It was just boring. It was just so boring. It wasn't even scary. I just couldn't do it. And I literally quit after, I think, the 4th episode. I was done. And I will forever be disappointed on the potential that this show had. So...
I'm not gonna lie, I finished it.
What?
I had to. Because I had already gotten so far, and I knew it wasn't getting better, but I was like, I have to see how they wrap this up. I just
didn't see them progressing at all. By the episode 4 or 5, I was like, what are they still talking about? Like, this pregnant woman is still investigating. She still hasn't found out anything. And then, like... Well, so the guy who was watching that girl from across the building or whatever, like, that was kind of interesting, but still, they didn't really go anywhere with that.
They finally did go somewhere with it.
Okay.
They showed how they were connected. They were actually connected because the wife used to be a drunk, and she hit homegirl. She hit her on the side of the road and drove off and left her ass to die.
Oh my God.
And then that's why she sold her soul to the devil. And he's having her have sex with this guy so that he can be a good writer. And he only is a good writer when he has sex with her. And so then once she found out, because then the wife and the side chick are friends, then side chick finds out, oh, this bitch ran me over. And she's the one that left me to die. And that's why I'm in this situation now. So she tried to kill her, yada, yada. It was really sad. And then... Vanessa Williams' daughter does come back because she wasn't actually dead. Very soap opera.
She wasn't even. Oh,
she wasn't even dead. Her friend died in the car, and she was like, "Well, let me just get out of here because my parents are evil, and I'll just let them think that I'm dead." But then she came back to destroy her father, and I don't know why they put her in some hole, and like apparently she was supposed to like pop up somewhere else and not remember anything and have a good life. But yeah, Vanessa Williams was probably the draw for me to watch that show.
It was the draw for me.
And they wasted her. They did nothing with
her.
her.
Definitely wasted her. Okay, so at least you agree with that.
Yeah. But I had to finish it because they canceled it, and I was like, and they came back months later. They put the episodes out on Hulu. Yeah. Once they finished, they allowed them to finish filming for whatever reason. So I was like, well, let me see how they wrap this shit up, and it was womp womp. So yeah, I agree.
So yeah, that's one of mine.
The other one, and I'm not going to say the series overall, because I'm happy with it. Well, I was happy with the first 3 seasons. American Horror Story. Okay. I love the first 3 seasons. The 4th season, they started to lose me. I still appreciated it, and I really appreciated the performers that they had in that season.
Freak Show.
Freak Show. Okay. Because they didn't use CGI. The people on the show actually look like that. So I mean, it brought them to light. I don't know, for better or for worse, but I appreciated that. But I wasn't into the storyline that much. That's one where I kind of stopped, and then I came back when it was on Netflix. And I was like, all right, I'll finish it just to say I can finish it. I did not watch the 5th season. I watched the pilot. I don't know what the fuck was going on. They were vampires or they weren't, or, they were alien. I don't know. I don't know what was going on, but that pilot turned me off, and I did not waste my time. I'm happy that Lady Gaga won
the
Golden Globe because she seemed very touched by it, so good for her.
I will say this,
but, yeah.
if you ever do decide to watch season 5 Hotel,
I won't.
If you do,
you can just spoil it for me right now because it was the blandest cast. Like, all of those boys looked exactly the same. I couldn't,
there was a point to
1, 2,
though.
3, 4.
There was a point.
Was there?
There was a point. I'm not saying it was a good point, but they had reasons.
Oh.
They didn't do it
and
just
that thing that raped the guy with the ice pick thing. That was just too much. I couldn't.
There was a point to that. I don't think Ryan Murphy was just going, gaga over. Well, for, pardon the pun, but I don't think he was just all about the brunettes this year and just went through this phase of just having all of them on his show. There was a significant reason for that, but God, now you made me lose my thought. I was gonna. Oh yeah. So if anything, Dennis O'Hare's character, Liz Taylor, amazing. His evolution in the show was so good, and his character actually ended the show as well, very, very well. Very, very well. Again, if you're sick, you break a leg, and you need something to do, I think you would be entertained very well by that. But that's all I'll say about season 5.
Brush up on my Spanish fluency. That's what I'll do.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I didn't watch Roanoke.
Yeah, Roanoke.
Because I had anything against it. I just didn't do it. I'm so curious to see it.
Well, and that's the thing about Horror Story is that you can just skip a season and then just go on to something else. And he is trying to tie in them all.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
So Roanoke actually, I think, is being tied into season 3, which you do like. So, yeah, just one little part. But I think it, because they have a witch on there played by Lady Gaga. She wasn't in that season that much. She only had maybe 4 episodes. But her character, I think, was the original Supreme, is what I've been hearing. So it ties into season 3.
Okay.
So, there's that.
I'll give it a shot. But, no, I'm not big on vampires anyway.
Okay.
It's they have sex with you, and then they bite you, and you're dead, and I don't know.
Okay.
It's not for me.
Fair enough. So, do you see yourself watching next season, or you're just done with Horror Story?
No, I'm not done with Horror Story. I mean, I will give each one a shot because every time it is a different story. Mm-hmm. Just each year it got progressively better for me, and then that happened. I think it was just at that point. It's we've had so much success, we're gonna just do this big thing, and it's gonna be beautiful and glamorous. And look at this hotel; it's gorgeous. And Lady Gaga is just gonna be here, giving us eyes and nothing else.
Okay, fair enough.
I just didn't feel it. So.
All right. Well, so I will go next and talk about a show that I don't even know if it's still on. I mean, I've just erased my whole mind of it all, and I just keep hearing a little bit of news about it, and I'm just just give it up. So maybe you can tell me if it's canceled. Fox's Sleepy Hollow.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think it's still on.
What? That show, as many times as they cancel some really good shit that's on air, they keep that one. So here's the thing, Sleepy Hollow, that first season, at least the first half, I was blown away. That show was so good. It was one of those shows that I was like, I gotta go home. Because I want to watch it live.
You guys, it's Wednesday.
It's time for me to. I love the fact that they had this African American female lead, and she was tough as shit. She wasn't even a known actress, and she still held her own. I don't remember her from anything. That was the first time I've seen her.
She gets lots of work. And
then she has this chemistry with Ichabod, and I just thought that they meshed really well. I love the fact that it had comedic elements in it. I mean, it reminded me of Bones a little bit, and I think that was the whole point, was to kind of give it that whole.
Oh yeah, didn't they do a weird crossover?
They did a crossover.
Don't know how I feel
but then after that first season, the Headless Horseman was completely removed, and then they involved like
No, he came back in the second season.
he did.
Yeah, he was still used in the second season.
I can't remember. That's what it was. He was in it, but he wasn't scary because they humanized his character and gave him like a purpose and a reason for and you know, I was just like, no, he's supposed to be pure evil. That's how I preferred it. And then the whole storyline with the son, and then, you know, the witch wife, like, it just fell off. So I think I got through second season, and then after that I was just done. I just couldn't do it anymore. And what I heard is they killed Homegirl off.
No.
You didn't finish it?
I didn't watch... I watched the first two seasons.
So
I just haven't watched it.
Every season they kept trying to revamp it or turn it into, like, change it up a little bit. So they removed the witch wife.
Yeah.
But then, at the end of this latest season, if I remember correctly, they killed her.
No.
She's gone.
No.
The whole point of the show is gone.
No.
Yes. And when I heard that, I was like, it's a good thing I stopped. Because I don't understand in what world that would make the show better.
I'm sorry. I just can't.
Are you looking it up right now?
I have to look this
so
up right
he's
now.
looking it up right now. So, yeah, Sleepy Hollow, I'm sorry. I was really, really hoping that you would be a show that would go on forever. We need a show like you on air, and you just failed. I'm sorry. I just couldn't do it. So while he's looking this up, I'm just going to go into the next show. So I'm going a little bit further back, and this is another Fox show. It's called Point Pleasant.
I liked Point Pleasant.
So here's the thing. I actually own the Point Pleasant Season 1 on DVD. It's just one of those one-offs that was super cheap at Barnes & Nobles, and I just bought it. Because I was like, I remember liking it. I just wanted to watch it again, and I watched it, and I couldn't even make it past the second episode. I just was so disappointed on how this show had so much potential to have like this Twin Peaks like vibe where the whole town had a whole bunch of problems, and I just didn't like the main story of this girl just being a descendant of the devil.
Oh my God.
Because she was such a whiner, and I don't know, it just was not fun to me getting through it. And then once season 1 ended, I was just like, I know it's going to get canceled, so I'm just not even going to get into it. So it's not that I hated it. I think I was just more disappointed that it just wasn't better than what it was. Shows like that have so you know, it has so much potential to just do a lot of things, and they just missed the mark on that one. I think it was also a little bit too kiddish for me, especially for Fox. Fox is known to be a little bit raunchy, and maybe back then it wasn't like that, but I don't know. It made the cut for this episode, so sorry for you.
It's fine. I only heard half. I only heard half of what you said. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So yes, it's been confirmed for me that Nicole Bahari was killed off the show.
Did you read how? I don't even know how.
No, I'm not gonna read how. But the article said it's like the American dream is dead. It reinforces the idea of how the black body is expendable. I can't believe they fucking killed her off.
Like apparently that was the solution to everyone's problems. I mean, and then before that, they got rid of Orlando Brown. Like they took him out. They took him out and replaced him with that blonde, blue-eyed fool.
Orlando Jones.
Oh God, what did I say? Brown. Oh God.
Because he's brown.
No, that is not
he's brown.
Whatever. No, well they got rid of him.
I know they got rid of him,
and then they replaced him with
See, and I didn't see who they replaced him with because I didn't watch season 3.
Yeah.
So they replaced him.
Well, they kept the sister, and I mean, she
but
was kind of climbing up into the whole interesting part. I mean, she wasn't one-dimensional as she used to be in the show. But
the thing is, and that's why I love the show as well, because it was so diverse.
Mm-hmm.
When it started, originally it had John Cho on there, and there was so many
that
people
made me
on the
mad.
show.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
What's his name? Nick. I don't remember the actor's name. But he was in Anacondas. He was the one that gets eaten first. I can't remember his name. But, it's like they had such a diverse cast, and I loved it. So the fact that they killed him off, that was a blow. But killing her? Yeah, just cancel the show now.
Cancel the show. It's
the
done.
Show's over.
If you got to do that, then there's no point. It was just ridiculous. So,
and I'm sorry, I don't know what you said about Point Pleasant. You didn't like it, but
yeah,
I remember watching it, and I think what you said is true. They didn't know what to do with it. It was an interesting premise,
very interesting, of course.
And the little weird birthmark she had in her eye,
mm-hmm.
it was interesting. And then the one kid was supposed to be like an angel, like he was the son of an angel or something.
Yeah.
Yes, but I see why they canceled it. Also, I think that was just a bad period of time for television, because that was when W would always get on TV and be like, I have an announcement. And he would always interrupt these shows I was watching. Reunion's not a horror show, but he did that all the time when I was watching Reunion, and it fucking got canceled.
Oh, don't get me started.
We
on
won't
Reunion.
get started on that one. But
God,
I'm saying
that show.
it was the same time frame, and he was always like, hello. Yeah, I don't know what he said because I had turned the TV off. Okay, well, I feel like we've decimated some egos and boosted our own, because it's not like we have any fucking TV shows in the works. But anyway, that's for another time next year. Now, I just thought this would be fun because I'm gay. It popped into my head. I was just thinking of characters, TV characters, these TV couples or duos that, I don't know, they're fun, or they touched me in a certain way. So I'm just going to recognize one couple. And they're from a show that didn't even last. It was canceled really fast. I think they had 10 episodes. And I didn't even watch the whole series. But still,
but this
it
couple
was
still
special.
did something for you. Okay.
And it was special. We were just talking about Nicole Bihari, you know, being a strong black female character. She's one of the main characters. She's the main character aside from Ichabod. When they brought back Night Stalker.
Okay.
It was Kolchak, the Night Stalker, back in the 70s or something.
Uh-huh.
And they brought it back 2005-ish.
That sounds so familiar.
It was Stuart Townsend. He was Kolchak. And Gabrielle Union was his partner.
Yes!
It wasn't even like a romantic thing.
Oh my god,
She was
forgot about that.
She was his partner. They were trying to figure out how his wife died. And I just was like, oh, yes, this is amazing. I just loved their, you know, their I just liked how they casted
each
They
other.
complement each other. I'm not saying it was a fantastic show, but I just really appreciated that. I was like, wow, you don't see black women in horror anything that are the main characters who are like consistently coming back.
Yeah.
So I appreciated that.
Wasn't she like some FBI agent or something? I can't remember.
I don't even remember. Yeah. I just know she was his partner. They were working together.
Yeah. Stuart Townsend.
Yeah.
Wow, that good one.
So yeah, I think that was probably the first time I had seen that on TV, at least. So, yay, Gabrielle Union.
You actually have a good reason for your couple. Mine is just gratuitous, like they were hot together. That's all I've got.
I mean, what? Doesn't it matter? Who is it?
Okay, so I was thinking about this, and it was sort of last minute, but I was just thinking, like, the first kind of couple that came in my head. Now, I can obviously, you know, go, you know, the easy route and just be like, yeah, the Monsters with her monster and, you know, his wife and Addams Family and Gomez Morticia. I could go that route, but no, I wanted to pick a couple that for some reason when they were together it was amazing, and then if they broke up, like, it devastated me, and I shipped these two so bad. No, you're not gonna. I don't know if you're gonna get this. You're not gonna get this, but it just made me happy when they were together. Okay. And it's so, like, whatever. God, I should have went first.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, so the couple I'm thinking about is Jason Stackhouse and Jessica from True Blood.
Oh, that's a good couple.
Now, on this show, they traded partners like a soap opera. I mean, every week somebody was interested in somebody else.
Oh, I didn't spoiler alert for me. I didn't watch the last season, so.
Okay, no, I won't say anything. I won't say anything. But Jessica's intro into the show, she developed this huge relationship with Hoyt, and I love Hoyt, and I love those two together.
Yeah.
And they were great. But when Jessica got with Jason, she tamed him. Like, there was no one else that could set him straight. And those two complemented each other very well. They brought the good out of each other. And when you see how their relationship ends on the show, it makes sense. And I'm actually okay with it. And there's a reason why it ended it the way that they did, which is why I ship those two so well. I'm just glad that they at least didn't hate each other or whatnot, but those two together was such a turn on. I just thought they were hot together, but they were just really good for one another. And so Yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. They
Huh.
were a good couple for me.
I think that was a good choice.
Okay.
Good job.
Thank
Excellent.
you.
I don't know. I just thought that was fun. All right. Now we're gonna shift still to TV. Keep with the theme.
Yes.
I was thinking about this TV movie that I had seen as a child. It was like 1992, I think. And it was creepy to me then. It's called Midnight's Child. Is this?
Never heard of this.
I think it was even a Lifetime movie.
Yeah.
So if you can imagine, early 90s Lifetime original. And it starred Olivia Diabo. I think that's how you say her name.
Diabo, yes, I know.
The Wonder Years.
I know who that is. Yes.
She's beautiful.
She is very beautiful, yes.
And maybe that is why I remembered it so well, because she was on the other show. But it also deals with, like marrying Satan. And I think that's why it stuck in my head. Yeah, the cover art is terrible.
I'm looking at this cover
And
art.
even like the DVD, it's so insulting. It's like, what does it say?
It says Walker and Diabo filmographies. Oh, this
Yeah.
is the bonus features and then interactive scenes and
It's like, no, that's a basic ass DVD.
this looks like a Christmas movie. What is with all the red
And I know, well, because it was like, they're getting married to the devil. So
Okay. Oh, okay.
just a quick snippet. So Olivia Diabo plays this character who's going to a Catholic school in Stockholm. She's Swedish. She kills this girl who is coming to America to be an au pair for an American family in Los Angeles. And she takes her identity and quickly starts to drive the mother of the household insane. And she's prepping the little girl for marriage to Satan. And she herself is already married to Satan, so I guess he just, he's totally polygamous and wants to have as many women as possible. I don't know. It's silly. It's not really scary. Whoever did the music, I gotta give you a B for basic or a W for whack, because it was like this sweet little music. Every time the mother would be on screen, it wasn't even the little girl. It's like, this is her intro. She's coming home from work. She's waking up in the bed by herself, and it's like, and stop. And
it looks like this movie's on YouTube.
Maybe it is.
The
copy that I watched on Amazon Prime, it started to like.
Oh wow!
It wasn't working. Like it was fucked up.
So Midnight Child. This is. I'm looking it up here. This is 1992.
Yeah.
I'm thinking this is like 80s.
They did have some really nice set pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's this book that she has, Olivia Diabo's character, this picture book, and she's telling the little girl this story about how she married this prince, and he gave her this necklace. And the book is beautiful. Maybe because I like art, I appreciate artists and drawing and all that. It was a beautiful picture book.
Mm-hmm.
And then the father is a painter. I think he makes movie posters, kind of like the dad in The Mist. And he can't make this movie poster. He's blocked. And then Olivia Diabo's character comes and's like, look at my book. It will give you inspiration. And then, of course, so he's like enthralled with her, and he makes this creepy ass movie poster. So I think if you want to see this creepy ass poster, you have to fast forward all the way to the end of the movie. I can't recommend the movie. But the movie poster that he makes, it's weird looking. It's scary. And then, of course, at the end, spoiler alert, Olivia Diabo, she's dead, but then she's not dead, and she's on to terrorize another family and hopefully get this girl to be a child bride.
Oh my god.
Oh, and it also stars a young Elizabeth Moss.
Yes, Elizabeth Moss.
From The Handmaiden. She's in The Handmaiden. That's her new thing.
Yeah, on Hulu, I think, right?
Yes. Yeah. So it was interesting seeing her as a child again. Overall, I would say it was fun for me just to watch it again, because when you think about TV movies, you're never going to see them again. A lot of them, because it's like, how do you find them? Some of them are hard to get. And it happened to be on Amazon Prime. I was like, it's destiny. I have to watch this so that I can talk about it and be a little bitch on our episode. So, yeah. Overall, I'd give it, like 2 stars.
Well, it's cool that you were able to revisit something that you used to watch and have fond memories of, and then
I mean, I only watched it one time.
Yeah, and then sometimes, but sometimes stuff like that just makes a huge impact, and you just can't forget it. And then when you watch it again, you're just like, what the hell?
Yeah, the fight scene was terrible at the end. When she killed old girl at the beginning, she like whacked her on the head. It was just so terrible. But you know, and it had like a high body count for a TV movie. 3 people died. Usually they don't kill a lot of people on these made-for-TV Lifetime movies, but it was all right. You know, I had a good time. I washed the dishes and I cooked. So I didn't watch like the first half because it was like setting up, the family's happy and, you know.
There is one that I had one in my head, and I'll probably bring this up later because I have a feeling we're going to talk about this. It was going to be one of Stephen King's like TV movies that he made, but I'll save that for later. I may have to look this up, but it starred Tatiana Ali.
Yes, I don't know what it's called. And Jonathan Brandis.
Yes, because they used to date, right? Didn't they date?
I'm sure they probably dated.
Okay, so
the movie, but
no,
I stayed up late to watch that.
No, as you were talking about your your movie, I was like, this movie just popped in my head, and it was my favorite TV movie ever. I don't know what. I used to. What's
it called? It was
when I was younger, I used to record.
Edge.
Yeah, it was Edge of Darkness or something. I'm gonna look it up. But
that's
like,
so funny.
I used to record a ton of stuff on VHS, and for that specific reason is because you cannot like rewatch a TV movie once it's aired, it's done.
Yeah.
So I would see stuff like this, and I'd be like, I need to, have it forever, and I wanted to record this, and I remember watching it, and it was just one of those teen movies where it's like I'm old enough, but I'm not, and I'm just gonna watch this because I have a feeling I'm gonna relate to it in some point. But it was, teen angst at its best, and I can't remember the specifics of the movie. I just know that I liked it a lot.
I remember. So I think they went camping. They were like doing rock climbing.
Yes.
I don't remember what the girl's deal was, but she hated Tatiana Ali.
There it is. Fall into darkness.
Fall into darkness.
That's
she
what
fakes
it's called.
her death, and the audience knows she's faking her death to make it look like Tatiana Ali pushed her off a cliff. But then it's like she really disappears. It's like, what happened to her? Where'd she go? So then the rest of the movie, I think she does pop up, and it's like she is dead. It's like who killed her? Who actually killed her? And Tatiana Ali is trying to clear her name.
This movie is so good.
It's so funny that you
are giving me feels right now. Okay, so so I'm looking at the page. This is probably why I watched it. Guess who wrote it? Because it's based off a book.
Who wrote it?
Christopher Pike.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so it's
was it his book?
It was his book.
Right. I remember looking this up.
I think when I was younger, I tried to get into these teen books, from like my Scholastics, and I would order books. I think that was one of them.
Christopher Pike.
And he came out with this TV movie, and Jonathan Brandis and everybody was in it. I'm trying to see if there was anybody. I don't recognize anybody else. I think if I dig deeper, I might see somebody that I know, but I was like, I just remember this movie being so good, and I remember the ending being really good, because there was some huge twist or something. I think there was some kind of dream sequence or something where, like, Tatiana pushes her boyfriend off, and she's got this evil smile on her face. I can't remember.
I don't remember.
But
I mean, I remember that it turned out that he was the one that killed the girl.
Yeah, I think he was evil, and we didn't know he was evil or something. Yeah,
because he was supposed to be like her nice friend, and then...
Oh, Jonathan, I miss you. God, if you were only here today. I have to look that up, though. I wonder if that's on Amazon Prime, because I would totally watch that again.
Look it up.
That was really good. But yeah, that was 96. 1996.
That was the first time that I stayed up like I wasn't supposed to stay up. But I stayed up late, even though I had school the next day. I was like, I gotta finish this movie.
Yeah,
it's never gonna be on again.
I know. Oh, so good. I'm impressed that you remember that, but I had a feeling that you may recall this at some point. So, all right.
Took a nice little stroll down memory lane. Well, I don't know how you feel. I think we've done quite a bit of damage.
We did. So. I want to try something new. This is going to be a weekly thing, and I'm really proud of this idea. I think this is going to be funny. It's not on TV. We're going to switch out of it because, again, this is a weekly segment. So This segment is called Bitch Really. Really, bitch? Bitch Really. So basically in this segment,
Really.
we are going to be bringing up some death scenes from horror movies that was caused because they were dumb as rocks or did some stupid, shitty move that got themselves killed. And when you're watching it, you just want to yell at the screen and just punch them for being so dumb and did like this horrible thing and just died from it. And so I think it'll be fun to just bring up a scene from a horror movie where the character just killed themselves for no stupid reason. And the first one that I want to bring up... So I got to set the scene here. So picture it. Southport. 1997. Was it 97?
It was 97.
97. You've got Sarah Michelle Gellar as Helen. It's 4th of July, summer. God, I can't even because it's making me mad even repeating this. This is towards the end of the movie, and if you don't know it by now, I'm talking about I Know What You Did Last Summer. She is one of 4 who is running from a killer, a guy with a hook, and she is holding her own. This woman is actually surviving through her whole attack scene. She's jumping out of windows. She is getting tackled, but for some reason still finds a way to get away. She's going up elevators. She's climbing out windows. And she's running down this alley. She sees the parade where there are witnesses. There are people around. She can blend in and get herself lost in the crowd. She is ahead of this guy. You don't even see him. She's running down this alley, and then all of a sudden she stops. And she looks back to see if he's there. And this crowd, this parade is probably like 50 feet away from her.
Not even that.
And all of a sudden, I don't know how, this killer just manifested himself inside of this like tower of tires and grabs her and kills her in front of all these people. She could have made it. She could have lived. And she decided to stop and just turn her head because she thought she heard something.
I'm not sure.
It just baffles me that she died this way. Now, I'm not blaming the character. I'm blaming the writing. Like, that was some really shitty writing.
Yeah.
To just get somebody to, like...
Who knows? The director decided, let's do this. Or the producers came and said, let's do this. Who knows?
We need to figure out a way to kill her. Because obviously she's too good. We're writing her to be really good. Now she has to do some stupid move to get herself killed.
It was just lazy.
It was very lazy.
Yeah.
Bitch. Bitch, really? Really, bitch. You had to turn. You had to turn around and figure out where he was in order to go into the crowd.
Yeah. I don't appreciate that.
Not appreciate. I just can't do it.
Well, I think that was a good pick. I support that. All right, everybody. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. We're going to be doing this for a long time.
So keep tuning in. Go to iTunes. Go to our Facebook page. Rate our episode. Comment. Tell us what you liked about this. Look us up. Fear Bias.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook page, YouTube. We're all on there.
Fear Bias. Bitch, I Ain't Scared. Look us up. Comment. We'd love to hear from you.
SoundCloud.
Yes. We love to hear from you. Yes. Get that rating up. We want to be in everybody's attention span. We want everybody to notice us and share us. Tell all your friends about it. We have tons of ideas that are going to keep coming up. And thank you so much for listening again.
And we'll catch you next time on Bitch, I Ain't Scared.